What's good, everybody? It's your boy Matthew Maley for MatthewMaley.com, back on the couch, and it is time for another weekly movie review. Well, this week, there were a couple flicks I wanted to see, but wasn't able to. Actually, pretty much everything was all checked out, and it's funny because I went to Redbox multiple times, but everything I wanted to see was checked out. So I ended up kind of settling, but to make up for it, I made this week a double feature. So, got two movies that I'm going to be reviewing for you today, and they're both comedies, so we're just doing a little bit of a comedy double feature. So first off, we're going to start with The Sitter, starring Jonah Hill, Max Records, Ari Grainer, JB Smoove, Sam Rockwell, and little cameo by my boy Method Man. So shout out to Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. One of my favorite groups of all time. So whatever. Anyway. But The Sitter is, well, let's just get into a breakdown of the story first off. So Jonah Hill stars as a college kid who I guess is he's been suspended for the semester. So he is just sitting around at his house doing nothing. Being pretty useless, sitting around his mom's house, mind you, and through some coaxing, ends up agreeing to babysit some friends of his mother so that they can all go out to this ball together, whatever. So, of course, he's not an actual babysitter. This is the first time he's really doing it, and, well, it's a Jonah Hill movie, so what isn't going to go wrong, right? So, it essentially, the main crux of the movie, if you will, is his somewhat of a girlfriend, played by Ari Grainer, who I've seen in a ton of other things, but I'm really not familiar with what else she's been in. It calls him up and entices him with the potential of full-on sexual encounters if he shows up at this party. But first, he has to make a stop and get some nose candy for her as well. So, yeah, that's how we start off the movie. So he then decides, since she never puts out, that it would be a great idea to pile the 3 children that he is supposed to be babysitting, ages probably 13, 10, and 7, into the minivan and take them on a drug-buying escapade that will then end with, assuming them being unsupervised, well, he goes and has sex with his girlfriend. So that's the basic idea of the movie. But that isn't much of a movie. That's not even a short story, so we got to add in some funny business, right? So we get all of the generic drug dealer jokes, all of the generic cocaine jokes. Sam Rockwell actually plays the drug dealer, who is, they don't really say that he's gay, but you assume so because everybody that works there for him is all muscled bodybuilder types wearing nothing but like little Daisy Dukes. And the main guy like his main homie is this incredibly gay guy on roller skates that just is like the quintessential. He was like Heather Graham's character from Boogie Nights. That's what I kept thinking of. Little different, but pretty much the same. But Sam Rockwell's character was actually decently funny, but it almost got kind of annoying with how he was being. In the beginning, it was kind of like, oh, this guy, he's kind of funny, but it just kind of, the act wore thin. And JB Smoove plays his consigliere, if you will, which also kind of ran thin. Everything about the movie kind of ran thin, honestly. Like, there was potential, but almost all the funny parts you saw in the previews. And any of the other funny parts that might have started off funny ended up running thin. So, I don't know. It definitely had potential, but it just went south quickly. The one thing I gotta say, Kylie Bunbury, not really familiar with who she is, but she is absolutely gorgeous. Can't really say if she's a great actress or not because they didn't really give her much of a. Sorry, there's some flying mosquito eater that just, I swear it's the size of a bird. It's trying to take off my head. Um, didn't really have much to do in terms of acting, so I don't know if she was a great actress or not. But she's gorgeous. So hopefully we get to see more of her and see how talented she is as an actress, because she could very easily make my top 5 list. She's like right on the cusp. But like I said, it was cool seeing a little cameo by Method Man. There were some funny little one-liners. Of the 3 kids that he's babysitting, the one is this super neurotic on tons of Xanax and Prozac and Zoloft and all these pills type of kid who turns out, well, I won't say exactly, but you can pretty much tell in the beginning. Then the second kid is an adopted kid from, I think he said El Salvador, who's obsessed with fireworks. You saw in the previews, he dropped the bomb, which really meant he flushed an M80 down the toilet. But he's a total, wild child, doing whatever he wants, and, pretty much is the main reason that most of the bad things happen to Jonah Hill. Then you have the third child, which is the little girl, and she was actually pretty funny. She's obsessed with being a starlet. Her goal in life is to essentially be Paris Hilton, to just be hot and go to the club and pop bottles, and a lot of the things she says are actually pretty funny. Like, I would say she was probably the funniest of the 3 kids. She had some of the best lines, and her makeup, the whole thing is just like blush and eyeliner and lipstick, and it's ridiculous. But it really, the entire movie takes place on one night, and while there's some decent little back and forth dialogue, conversations, if you will, nothing was really like slap me funny. There were some moments in Superbad that were hilarious. There were some moments in The 40-Year-Old Virgin that were hilarious. There were some moments in, even Zack and Miri Make a Porno, which I didn't think was that great of a movie, but there were some moments in that were really, really funny. There was nothing in this that was really that funny. There were some chuckles, but nothing that was like, oh my God, nothing that I was remembering afterwards. Except for maybe the little back and forth that he has with when he first gets to the club with the older black guy, where he says, "No, a jaybird, gotta fly away, caca." That's all I even remembered. And that wasn't even that funny. And I remember some of Sam Rockwell's performance, but that's it. So overall, skip it. Not worth your time. 2-star movie. I wouldn't even give it 2.5, honestly. It was funny seeing Jonah Hill big again because he got all small and then he put a ton of weight back on. So I actually don't know if this was filmed before he lost all the weight and it just got released later, or if he chunked back up for it. Because I know he put on some weight for Moneyball, so maybe this was filmed around that same time. But he was big. He was back to how big he had been. So it's funny seeing him, for so long, down damn near 100 pounds. Now he's right back there. So overall, like I said, 2-star movie. I'd skip it. It ain't even worth watching on TV. If you really have nothing else better to watch, go rewatch your favorite movie. It's better than watching that. So, couple chuckles, but I didn't think it was great. So, let me know what you guys thought about that. If you guys loved The Sitter and you think I'm way off, let me know. If you think I was right on target, saying that all the funny shit happened in the previews, well, let me know that as well. So let me go on to the second film of this awesome comedy double feature, and that is A Good Old Fashioned Orgy, starring Jason Sudeikis, Leslie Bibb, Lake Bell, Michelle Borth, my boy Nick Kroll, Tyler Labine, Angela Sarafian, Lindsay Sloan, Martin Starr, my boy from Entourage, Reese Corio, as well as Will Forte. And I know I listed a ton of people, but it was an ensemble cast type of movie, so wanted to give everybody their proper due, if you will. And this one was a decent movie. I got to give it that. I hadn't heard anything about it. I don't know if it just got no marketing at all, possibly because of the fact that it has the word orgy in the title or what, but I had no idea about this movie. I don't even know if it ever came out in the theaters, to be quite honest. This might have gone straight to DVD for all I know. But I'd actually seen a preview for it on a DVD that I'd rented probably 4 or 5 months ago. and it was like a preview that was coming to DVD. Then my cousin saw it and said it was decently funny, so decided to check it out. And the basic premise of it, if that isn't really noticeable enough by the title of saying it's about an orgy, the premise is this group of high school friends, kind of led by Jason Sudeikis, all have this vacation home that they spend the summers at, as well as any big holiday. And Jason Sudeikis is known for his, end all be all type of parties. This guy throws parties like you wouldn't believe, themed parties, crazy parties. So the first party you see is they're doing a redneck party, and I mean they're getting hundreds of people, tons, getting the cops called multiple times, whatever. So it's a group of 30-year-olds and 30-somethings that all think that they're still in high school, and the main problem is his father wants to sell the house. That's a problem. So even though he doesn't remember it, one of the realtors who was going to sell the house, he actually met at a previous party. And actually they hit it off a little bit, whatever, but he doesn't remember that. So they end up finally realizing that, and he then decides that while still kind of falling for this chick, that he also needs to plan one more huge bash for the end of the summer. I think it was from Labor Day. Yeah, Memorial Day? No, Labor Day. Labor Day weekend. Yeah. And every year, that's their party to, end all parties. That's the one. So he says, you know what? Let's have an orgy. Just our close friends. It's the last summer that they're ever going to be able to party there. Everybody's kind of going off their own way. One of the couples is going to be moving to LA or New York, and another couple's moving here, another couple's moving here. So this is the last chance to just go out with a bang. I didn't plan that pun, but it worked very, very well. You're welcome. Give me a like just for that bad pun. But while the main basis of the movie is kind of mirrored between, part of it is doing all the planning, and well, first off is trying to get everybody to actually agree to the orgy, because of course in the beginning everybody's against it, because by this tight group of friends, are they really going to want to all have sex with each other? Then once they finally get most of the people on board, then it comes down to the research, the studying of porno, the going to some sex stores, going to some sex clubs where they see some very interesting things happening. We'll just say that. That actually end up being some pretty funny running gags. And then that's mirrored with him at first trying to simply woo his realtor to get her to delay the sale so that he can make it all the way to the end of summer, and then actually starts kind of falling for her and deciding that he isn't going to hook up with her before they have the orgy, so he doesn't have to tell her about the orgy. So as the days get closer and the more of the planning actually goes into play, of course things pop up, and of course there's issues, but it actually was pretty funny. The fact that it was a good ensemble cast, nobody really tried to take the lead. Obviously, Jason Sudeikis had most of the prominent parts, but everybody else I thought fit very well. Nick Kroll was hilarious. Leslie Bibb was actually pretty good as Kelly, which is his love interest. Lake Bell was really funny. Michelle Borth was really funny. Tyler Labine, he played, the fat friend, was really funny. And yeah, there were some very blatant stereotypes in it. There was hey, we got the fat friend. Hey, we've got the attractive one. Hey, we've got the European one. Hey, we've got the obsessed with this guy chick. And we had the used to be hot, so wasn't comfortable with her body, this one. And, there were lots of things like that. So some of it was kind of corny from that perspective. But at the end of the day, it was a better than average film, and it made me laugh a good amount of times. As compared with The Sitter, that never really got any good laughs out of me, this got some good laughs out of me. So I really thought that they were going to Hollywoodize it. I was really worried, and I don't want to give too much away because I do think this is a movie you guys should see, but I really thought they were going to Hollywoodize it and not really go forward with the orgy. Simply because I figured that it's a Hollywood movie. How can you do that? How can you encourage 8 people to randomly have sex with each other? So I was impressed with how they ended up doing it. I'll give them that. And I thought that they actually ended it and did everything the right way, where they could have really pussied out, and they could have really done it a very corny way. I thought they ended up doing it the way that it should be done. So I really did like the flick, and I thought it was well done. So even the little nuances of it, and like the spooge and like all these little things were really well done, and I did like it a lot. So overall, what do I rank it? Well, I can't quite go 4 stars. I don't know why. There was something about it that didn't feel full on 4 stars, but it's better than a 3.5-star movie in my opinion. So if I could, I would give it 3.75 stars. You know what? I can. You know why? Because this is my movie review, so I can do whatever the hell I want. So there you go. This is going to be the one and only time I ever do this. It's better than a 3.5-star, but it's not quite a 4-star. 3.75. Not, well, actually, you know what? It actually will probably make my movie catalog, if you will. I probably will end up buying it. And that kind of shows that it is a better than 3.5-star movie, but there was just something about it that just didn't feel like a full 4-star movie. Like, to me, I don't know, it just felt almost a little B grade, which still was a very good movie, and it was still funny. Well, I won't say very good. It's still a good movie, and it was very funny, but there was just something about it that just felt like it was missing a little bit. And because of that, I can't go straight full-on 4 stars. But 3.75 stars, I am going to be adding it to the collection, so there you go. Better than 3.5. And I know I always say 3.5, so there you go. 3.75, the one and only time that I ever rank a movie that. Well, until I see another movie that fits that description perfectly. But I've been doing like these for a couple years, and this is the first time ever. So hopefully it won't ever happen again. So, end of the day, 2 movies reviewed. One of them I'd say definitely check out. One of them I'd say definitely don't. And let me know what you guys think. So hopefully you guys like this double feature. Gave you a couple comedies reviewed there. One to check out, one not. So let me know if you guys agree. Did you like either movie? Did you hate either movie? Did you like my reviews? Did you hate my reviews? I'm always curious to hear from you guys. So, as always, Matthew Maley for MatthewMaley.com. This is the weekly movie review, and thank you very much for checking out my videos. So, until the next video, your boy is officially signing off. But as always, you can check out the rest of my videos on MatthewMaley.com. Simply click the video blog header. Check out my entire video blog, all the videos right there. I'm actually trying to update it a little bit so I make it a little bit easier for people because I've been having some complaints that it takes too long to load. So I'm working on that. Your complaints have been heard and they are not falling on deaf ears. I am working on it. As always, you can just search for my videos directly up on YouTube. Search for Matthew Maley Poker. Got all the videos there, as well as you can like, you can comment, and you can subscribe. So you can be the first to find out whenever I put up new videos. So I appreciate it if you guys do that. Of course, you can always like my page up on Facebook. Search for Matthew Maley Poker and just click the like button. Maybe tell your friends. Drop me a post there. It's always nice getting some fan-to-fan interaction up on there, so it's always cool. And of course on Twitter, follow your boy at Matthew Maley. You follow me, I'm down to follow you back, and you can see all the posts I'm putting up there. So until the next video, I am officially signing off. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and go check out Good Old Fashioned Orgy. Don't watch The Sitter. It sucked. So until the next video, I'm signing off. Peace out, y'all.